Hi there, welcome back. This lesson will be the last part of our job portal series, and we will see a lot of things like user dashboard, admin dashboard, protected routes, form validation, and we will use Formik and UP package and so on. So with that being said, let's begin. Like I've just said, we are on the Formik, okay? And we will click on the get started. In the get started, you will see how to install, everything. They have great documentation, but we will go to material UI, okay? So in the material UI part, as you can see in the screen, they use UP, okay? You will create a validation schema, and also they use text field from material UI, okay? And in the form, as you can see, the form has initial values, so we'll have to come back after, but this is just an example, just to show you that there is no secret at all, and we're gonna keep it simple, okay? And for example, as you can see, try to send, and you see we have JSON object pop up, okay? So um, also this is the UP package, okay? We will use both Formik and UP. Okay, um, now as you can see, we will have to implement as you can see, we have Formik. We have installed Formik and UP, okay? And we will have to create a component because we're gonna add um, the search bar, and our component will name it search input, okay? And we will paste some code, but there is no secret. As you can see, we are using use Formik, okay? And also UP. This is how you import UP, okay? And you will have to create a validation schema, okay? Input base is from material UI, okay? We will also use navigate so that after the search to um, redirect the user, okay? So it has an ID, the ID and name, but the name is the most important, as you can see in the validation schema, okay? Um, so the name is search, and in the on submit, okay, here we extract values, errors, touch, handle blue, handle change, handle submit, okay? Everything, as you can see, the initial value is search, and we have also a name. In name, the name field is also search, but here the initial value is empty, okay? And we add some validation in it, okay? And on submit, okay, it will grab this on submit function, okay? And we extract the search from the values, okay? And if search that string to remove space, and we will navigate, okay? Navigate, we are using the use navigate hook from React Water DOM, and also the function passed in the on submit action, we pass it after, so that when you submit the form to clear the field, okay? So on change, it's to grab the value each time you type, okay? It will grab the value, and in the form we have on submit that accept handle submit. So everything is handled behind the scene with Formik, okay? You don't need to use, in this case, use state, okay? So Formik is handle everything for you, okay? you just need some basic configuration and follow the documentation. It's really simple, and I leave it simple. Okay, and now we'll bring the component. So we have the component at the top, so we have to add additional styles, justify content center, align items center, and save. Okay, so as you can see, it comes in the middle. But now if you type something and search, we don't have this route, I mean this endpoint, this URL, I should say. So as you can see in the component, when you submit the form, it will navigate. Okay, when you submit the form, it will navigate to this URL, search, and the value of your search. Okay, so we will have to create, I mean, this, we'll have to create this link. Okay, so the last part action that we set form is when you submit the form to clear, I mean, the form. Okay, but we'll extract keyword and location from the use param. Okay, as you can see, our keyword, we will extract keyword from use params, so we'll have to create our routes with the keyword. Okay, so that it will um, grab it from the URL. So as you can see, we name it keyword because it will grab it automatically for us. Okay, we will extract the keyword from the URL. Okay, and now as you can see, if you look in the URL, you can see the URL change automatically, and we have our result. In the URL, you see we have a keyword name backend, and our result, as you can see, we have only backend. And if we pass front, we will see our keyword in the URL, and all the result, I mean, is front end. So we will adjust our not found page. Okay, we will paste some basic stuffs in it, like height. Okay, we will add header and footer. And as you can see, the page not found is better now. Okay, okay, we're back to the home page, and now we will have to create the sign in. I mean, if you want the login, sign in remain the same. And to do so, we will jump in our code editor, um, cd source, cd redux, cd reducers, because we will need to create, I mean, the user reducer in order to create the sign in page. Okay, so here, this is pretty the same example, but we'll have user null is authenticated false, okay, and sign in loading false. User info, we will get the user info when we say user info action.payload. That means we'll get the data. Action.payload represent the user data, okay, is authenticated will be true, okay, and user sign in fail, authenticated false, user info null, because in JavaScript null is a false value, okay. So we'll make use of it after, and we'll have to create user constants. To do so, we will go one step up and go inside constants, and we'll create user constants, user constant .js, and paste our constants. Export const space equal and in the user reducer we will bring our constants, we'll bring them automatically. We will do the same thing for all. And after that, we will need to bring the user reducer sign in the store. Let's name it sign in. Oops. Sign in, and let's import the user reducer sign in. Okay, auto imported, and save. After that, we will have to add, some notification. We will use React Testify. Okay, this is a great package. It works really great with Redux. And as you can see, if you look in our package.json, we have it installed. Okay, so we bring this is how you can install it. Bring toast container and the CSS. Okay, we will bring it on the top. Okay, and we go in our code editor, cd and actions, create user actions. So we will copy everything here just to save you some time. Let's make some cleanup. Okay, and we don't need the second line. We will also need axios. We don't need these parameters, and this will be the user object. Okay, And as you can see in our backend, this will be a post request, and also we'll have axio that post. Okay, and our endpoint is API /API /sign in. Okay, and after that, the second parameter will be the data that we will receive from our front end. That is the user object, because user here represent the user object. Okay, and the name of our action will be user sign in, action. Okay, we fix our constants and we'll need to bring them in the user action. Seems like it's not auto imported automatically, so let's copy directly. And let's try again. As you can see here, auto imported. And let's do this for all. And after that, we will need to bring the toast. Okay, so the toast will be the message, the message that you will see in the screen. So this toast, okay, space, and we add those success, and we will add those success, login successfully. And if fail, after the dispatch in the catch block, we'll add toast error, lowercase. And this time we will, as you can see in the success, we pass a custom message. So here we will pass the message that will come, the error that will come from our backend API. Also, this is how we will use, as you can see, text field. We'll have this example, okay, in the Formik. Okay, on change, Formik will handle on change for you and the value for you. As you can see, we already gave a little briefing on it at the beginning of this video, but now we will make use of it. Okay, so this is a perfect example. Okay, so now we will create a new page named login.js in the page folder. RAFCE, and we paste a form. The only thing that changed, we add some CSS, we add box, and Formik will handle everything for us. We also add an avatar, some small icon. In this case, box, we choose it to be the component will be a form, okay, because we will need to submit a form, and this is the avatar. Okay, the text field is almost the same. As you can see, we have the field name, the field email, okay, with the name email also. And in the blur, on blur is like when you focus and you remove the mouse, okay, it will throw error for you. if it not meet some condition. And now we'll need to bring box component from MUI. Since like we will need it more simple, as you can see, we import avatar and box for material UI, and we will need the use effect. We'll need component footer navbar. Okay. Also, this is the icon that we are using, and text field we bring from material UI. Okay, according to our example from the Formik documentation with material UI, we will use dispatch and use selector. Okay, and we will use the user sign-in action to allow the user to log in. Okay, and we paste the form validation. Okay, we are using yup. Okay, and the name in the validation should be the name of your field. It's very important. I mean, we have the field email and password, and your name should match. Okay, else it will not work. Okay, so name here is password, ID password. Okay, and that's it. This is how it works. No need to use state with Formik. Okay, because Formik handles everything for you. Now we will use the use Formik hook. Okay, okay, use Formik, I mean, accept the initial values. In our initial values will be also the name of your field. Okay, for example, we have a field name email and a field name password. Okay, so the initial value will be empty, the password will be empty. But if you add a value, it will appear in the form. After that, in the Formik, in the use Formik hook, you will have to pass a validation schema that will accept the validation schema that we have just created. Okay, so that if a user don't enter an email which were if the email is not valid, etc. Okay, and after that, it also handle on submit. Okay, so that when you click on submit in the form, so Formik is also will also take care of that. And on submit, accept values and actions. Values to grab the values from the form. Okay, and actions, we will use it to reset the form. Here we will have to print the values so that you see what's going on. And after submit, to reset the form, we'll pass actions that reset form. Okay, and now we need to create a route for the login form. Okay, and the route will be login, and the component will also um, be the login, and auto import it and save. And if we check in the navbar, in the navbar, as you can see, we have the login link. Okay, and the link we bring it from the React Water DOM. Okay, so now let's make a try and let's try to go in the login form. And as you can see here, when you remove, this is possible with the on blur. As you can see, when you remove the mouse, and it will error if the condition wasn't met. Okay, as you can see, alert, it shows the values objects. Okay, so we'll need to send this object to the backend so that the user uh, can log in. But we will have to make some small adjustment in the form. We'll add some CSS to make it look better. And as you can see, it's better now. Okay, some border, and yeah, it's better. So now we will use dispatch hook so that to trigger the action. Okay, so instead of output the values object, so we will use we will use dispatch, and we will use the user sign in action and pass the values inside of it. Okay, use sign in action, and we'll grab the values object to pass here. And we save, and now let's make a try. Let's try to sign in with a bad credentials. As you can see, our React C5 works. It says invalid credentials. Now let's try to sign in with the good one. And as you can see, login successfully. But when user is logged in, we need to send them in the dashboard. So just before it, I will show you the Redux table when the user whenever a user is signed in. And as you can see, we have on the right side, let's try to open it more. And as you can see, we have the sign in. Okay, so after that, we will need to bring is authenticated from the user sign in. Okay, and we will need to use the navigate. From the navigating, we'll use navigate hook. And let's bring use effect hook from React. So that when the user is logged in, we're gonna redirect the user some in the user dashboard. So we're gonna say navigate to user /user dashboard. But we don't have this route yet. We're gonna create it, soon after. And we pass has dependency is authenticated. When the is authenticated change, it will, if this is true, it will redirect our user to user dashboard. And as you can see, we see in the URL, it says page not found. It already redirected the user to his dashboard. So we copy the route and we have to create it. So in the pages, so we will create a user folder and create user dashboard. And after that, we will have to bring it in the route. And we create the route user /user /dashboard. And we need to bring it. But it should be with, it should begin with capital U. Okay. Also, we go back in the user dashboard page, change to user dashboard with capital U. So seems like we have a typo. We will fix that. So when we import it, we should also fix that to U. And also it shows dashboard. Okay. Okay, now let's fix the typo. It should be user reducer. Okay, so as you can see, it was fixed automatically. And now user dashboard is a protected route. Okay, so we will come later. But this is the initial state. We're gonna name it sign in, same way you see in the combine reducer, sign in. Okay, and we will save it in the local storage. But when a user is signed in, okay, as you can see, it has user info, authenticated false, okay, and same way sign in, initial state as sign in also. And if user info exists in the local storage, so we're gonna parse, okay, parse the data, else it will be null, which will be evaluated to false. And after that, we save. So we're gonna jump into front end in the source, in component, and we're gonna create a route for user. I mean, this will be a protected route in the front end, same way we have protected route in back end. Okay, now we use this selector, navigate, and use route. We use children props, okay, and we extract user info, okay, which with the use selector hook, okay, user info, okay, that we will get from the local storage, okay. And after that, we have our condition. If we find it, if this is true, we're gonna pass any component, else we will redirect the user to the home page, okay. And now with this route, we will protect our user dashboard, because you should be authenticated in order to have access um, to dashboard. For now, this is a user route, but also we will have admin route. And now we bring user route from component, and we're gonna, cut the user dashboard and put it inside in between the user route and save it. Okay, as you can see in the state, you see user info is null, okay, which is a false value in JavaScript. Okay, and if you try to go to login, as you can see, it will direct us to the home page. That is to say, our protected route is working. Also, we have logout. So we will implement now, we'll add a logout feature in the front end. Okay, user logout request, loading through, logout success, logout fail, okay, and logout reset if you want to reset. And we copy all these constants. We're gonna jump inside the user constant. And paste everything here. And after that, we need to bring our constants in the user reducer. and we'll do this for all. And we save. So after that, we need to bring the user reducer logout in the combine reducer. And after that, we need to bring user reducer logout in the store and save. So after that, we need to add an action for the user reducer logout. Okay, we'll name it user logout action. Another comment. So we don't need parameter. And let's bring constants to it. Search. So we'll select everything, each constant, and to edit them. Okay. And after that, we'll have a get request. So the logout, the endpoint is a get request. Okay, API/logout. I should say API. I just say that in French. Okay, so we're gonna add a message, log out successfully. Okay, in the notification. So in the logout, as we save the user info in the local storage, as you have just seen, so we need to remove it. When a user is logged out, we need to remove user info so that because the user info in the local storage we will keep the user sign in, okay? But the data will not load because the 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 cookie will be expired, but we need to remove it. And now we bring the constants in the user action. So in the Navbar, we use our function. And we search for logout. Okay, so we're gonna add on click event in it and create logout user. So we need to create logout user. So let's create it here. Our function, and logout user, we will need to bring dispatch, I mean use dispatch hook. Okay, so we will create const dispatch equal use dispatch hook from React Water Dome. And we bring use dispatch. We also bring use selector. We will use selector after that. So dispatch, we're gonna dispatch an action. Okay, it's like we trigger the action. And the action that we're gonna use is logout. We're gonna find it in user action. And after that, we need to bring this action here. Okay, and after that, we need to navigate the user um, to the user dashboard. So let's create a variable named navigate, and it will use navigate hook from React Water Dome. Use navigate hook. I mean, we don't need navigate. And we will add the path to the user dashboard. Logout. I mean, I should say to the home page. Okay, now we made a little change because window that location that we load through, so that sometime I observe it it has some cache. Okay, so we use it before for that. So now we're gonna use high order components. Okay, high order component is a component that return another component. So more information on it, you can read the documentation. And also we will use the React pull sidebar. Okay, as you can see, it has example, so you can create easily dashboard. And it has hooks, it has I mean everything. It has some example, so it has also menu item. Okay, so just follow the documentation. Okay, and you can add some custom styles. Okay, so this is it. So we're gonna jump into front end to install React Post Sidebar. Okay, so we will add some condition, because if a user is logged in, um, he doesn't need to see, I mean, the login button. Okay, because sometimes I saw some people ask me um, how to achieve that. So it's really simple. So you're gonna see that. So now we extract user info, okay, from the state. So you're gonna see we have added our condition. We're gonna use ternary operator. Okay, and we save. And now you will see, so login. If the user is not logged in, you will see login. Okay. So seems like we have something going on because seems like we can't go in the login page. So we will fix that. I mean, in our code, we should test if before we direct the user to the dashboard, we should test if the user is authenticated. And now let's try again. And as you can see, we are in the login page. And now we don't have yet the admin dashboard route, but we will create it after. But we can go to login. And now cd in the source, cd in the pages. So we create a folder name global. We create a new file name layout. So we will use high order component. High order component is like we will use it to save us some time. We don't need to repeat the logics again. So we will have, each time we want to create a dashboard, we will have our sidebar ready, our top bar ready. Okay. So we'll deal only with content. This is how you make, this is an example of high order component. You see a component that return another component. Okay. And you see in the box, we have the component and we have spread operator, the props. And we have sidebar admin ADM. So we will create sidebar. It's like, as you can see, it's like a layout. It is what it says. It's a layout. So we're gonna use throughout the dashboard to not repeat the logic. So this is the sidebar. Okay, so we are using now React Pro sidebar. Okay, the package that I have just showed you, and we use some component from Material UI. Okay, we will need user logout action. We'll need you dispatch. Okay, and collapse. This is from React Pro sidebar. Okay, this is custom styles from the React Pro sidebar. Okay, this is the menu. So it has also menu item. Okay, as you can see here. And the link, we are using the link from React Water Dome. Use navigate hook from React Water Dome, and this is the logout. Also, we have the logout button. This is how you add, icon to menu item. You say you pass a pop's name icon. I mean, it's really simple to use, but you need to read the documentation, and with some practice um, you will be good. Okay, as you can see, we extract collapse from use post sidebar. Okay, and palette from the use theme. Um, this hook from material UI. But this is for admin. We will go after to fix that. The menu that we have now is for admin, so we will fix that. You will see that. And now we should create a header top file. Okay, so that as you can see, it has a header top. Okay, this is the layout that we're gonna use. Okay, and now this is the top bar. Okay, so nothing too fancy. We are using an up bar from material UI. Okay, and it has collapse. Okay, on click collapse. This is to hide and show the sidebar. Okay, so everything is handled behind the scene with the React Pro sidebar. Really simple. Once you know the hooks and how to add styles, it will become simple for you. And some basic component, search component. Okay, um, yeah. So this I think I grab it from material UI. Okay, and add some basic component. Okay, and also we are using use post sidebar. Okay, now if you check the sidebar, as you can see, it's like this. Okay, so you're gonna see how it works. So you see user dashboard has only user dashboard. So um, let's test for you. Let's log in. And as you can see, you see user dashboard like almost blank. Okay, so with our layout, which using high order component. Okay, so you see the user is authenticated, and you see the user info in the state. Okay, but when we will use the layout. So you're gonna see, and we import layout. Okay, and we're gonna create a variable name user dashboard HOC. This is how I do it. I keep the name and add HOC header component, which will use the layout. Okay, and I pass the user dashboard. So now instead of showing user dashboard, I will show the user dashboard HOC. You got it? Okay, instead of showing user dashboard, we'll show now user dashboard HOC. And you will see how it looks. Okay, seems like we have to fix an image. So we fix the image. Okay, the image path. And also, when you are using React Post Sidebar, you need to bring, let's bring it here, Post Sidebar Provider. Okay, so to wrap your application, we're gonna use it after CSS baseline. Okay, and we're gonna put browser water inside React Post Sidebar Provider. Okay, so you will find everything in that documentation how you should use it. But this is how you do. And now, as you can see, user dashboard was blank, and now it has sidebar, top bar, you see, and you will only need to deal, but this is an error, but we already fixed that. This is post sidebar provider that we should add in at the entry point of our application. Okay, so dashboard users jobs category, it's for admin dashboard, but we will fix that. But now we are using our layout. Each time we want to create a dashboard, we will use our layout. So we made reusable code so that we don't repeat ourselves. And we will fix the logo. We will change it. So, and add another logo. Okay, that's better. And now we are in user dashboard. Okay, but now you see if we refresh, it will direct us to home page. Now we check in the local storage. Seems like we don't have user info in the local storage. So we need to find out what's going on. So I may know why. So we're gonna fix that. And now let's go to user action. It's because when you sign in, we should, save the user info in the local storage. So we'll create, we'll say set item, user info, and we save the data. Okay. And now let's go to login. Let's try to log in again. And now we have notification, login successfully. And as you can see, we have user info in the local storage. And now if you try to refresh, as you can see, it stays in the page. But this menu, this side menu, dashboard users, jobs category, it's for admin dashboard. So we will have to fix that. But we will remove some sensitive data in the local storage. Okay. And to achieve that, we will need to use user role. Based on the role, we will show the menu for admin. Based on the role, we will show the menu for um, regular user. Okay, so you see this user, the role is 0. So we will refactor what we send from the back end. So we will send to the front end only, um, the role and the and the, the the success. So we jump in the off controller. Of the controller, when user is signed in successfully, we send the token. So we will adjust our code. So to do so, let's break line and I will remove token because it will grab it automatically from the cookie. Okay, and I will send the wall, which okay. So as you can see, we receive the user. Okay, and user that wall, and we save. And we log out. Okay, and let's try to log in again. Okay, and now you see, let's check the user info. As you can see, we have user info success true and wall 0 is authenticated true. Okay, we have also this info in the local storage. The user info. So now let's bring use selector from React Redux. So we're gonna, so as you can see, sign in in the initial state. Sign in as a initial state. And here we will add our condition like I've just, like I've already told you. So we're gonna show hide the um, admin menu for admin user and user menu for regular user. So we're gonna bring um, the user, we should say here, this is the sign in from the sign in. Okay, if we go back in the store, you see it's sign in. We're gonna extract user info from the sign in state. Okay, and now with the user info, we're gonna hide or show this menu. Let's use ternary operator. So if the user info exists and user info dot role equal to one, it's an admin user, we're gonna show the admin menu. Else we're gonna show the user menu. And this is user dashboard. We have already this URL, and here we will bring user jobs, job history. And now we add the test apply jobs. You can name whatever you want. And as you can see, we have dashboard apply jobs because we have a regular user. Okay, which is great. But also we need to fix to change icon. So we're gonna jump inside in material UI and search for icon and click on material icons. And as you can see, you can search your icon. Let's search for job. And we're gonna copy this icon. Let's add it, after this. And we will change in the apply job our icon, work history icon. And let's add another menu. And we will say user info. Personal info. And let's search a user icon. Let's choose this one. And in the menu, we change it. And after that, let's take a look. And as you can see, this is the sidebar menu for regular user. But after that, we will need to bring the user profile. Um, State is null. Um, User load request, success, and fail. And here in the user load success, you can access the user directly. And now we copy the constants, add them to user constant. And we need to bring the constants and do it for all. And after that, we need to bring it in the store, in the combined reducers. Lowercase. So we name it user profile, and user profile will receive user profile, user reducer profile. And now we search for user action. So we need to bring here. So we're gonna, duplicate. Add some space. User profile action. And we don't need this local storage. Okay, let's check the endpoint. And this is API/me, and this route, as you can see, is protected. Remove logout, add me. Okay, double check. So we don't need notification. We don't need those notification for error. And we're gonna copy user load. Select all the constants. Change it to user load. And we need to bring the constants here. And here, let's break lines so we can see better. And save. So correct the comment. Um, yeah, the comment. So we will add user jobs history, RAFCE, add fragment, change div to h1, so apply jobs. As you can see, we don't have this URL created yet. It's not found, so we'll create it. This also will be a protected route. We're gonna duplicate this route. User jobs and a protected route. So we need to create so let's bring import uh, the user jobs history. And we'll duplicate this, I mean, HOC. I mean, let's copy and paste and add HOC. This is to say that we are using high order component, okay? And now we, inside the layout, we pass the user jobs history. And now let's add it to the route. And save. And as you can see, we are using now our layout, okay? And we gonna add, I mean, a title, jobs history, add bring typography, bring box from material UI, we will bring use effect from React, let's make some space, and here we will use dispatch to dispatch an action, but we need to create first of all const dispatch to use dispatch hook from React Redux. And now we're gonna dispatch an action. We will bring the user profile action. And now let's import it. As you can see, auto imported. And when you save, the user profile is loaded. Okay. So to see that, we're gonna inspect element and go in our Redux table. And if you look in the state, you see user profile is loaded properly. We have user object. Inside of it, you have jobs history. And we will also need to bring use selector from Redux because we will select the user from the user profile state. We will use will open curly braces and we will test if user and user jobs history. We're gonna map. We're gonna name it history. And for now, let's output h3 with the title h3.title. And now if you check, as you can see, we have it backend developer, front end developer. So as you can see, this is uh, the jobs history from that user. But instead of showing h1, we're gonna show it in a card element. So if you want, you can create another card, but to save me some time, I will reuse the card element. Okay, but you already understand how to do that. And it has some props. In the category, I'm gonna remove it, leave it empty. And select all jobs to history. Well, you could leave on a job, but this is just to make a sense, to give it a sense. And now if you check, as you can see, we have our job history, right? Which is great. So guys and girls, we are about to reach 1 hour and a half for this lesson. So when I told you we have a lot to cover, as you can see, we have covered a lot. And I have to make a very last video to wrap because I have few things to see with you. And thanks for your patience again. Thanks for your support. So as always, if you have questions, please ask them in the comment section. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and share it to your friends so that more people can watch our video. So tomorrow I will do my best to release the very last video to wrap up. I know some people are waiting, so please be patient, and I will do that. Okay, so thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.